And those are all little baby asparagus shoots coming up out of the ground. We planted those from seed about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Looking good. These big guys that you see were planted in tray and then put into the ground. We wanted to see how both sets would do, and from the looks of it, they both do pretty good. Seed and transplanting. So, asparagus. We all know that asparagus takes about 3 years to fully mature, get ready to be harvested and eaten, so we won't see anything come out of this guy for quite a while. But as we keep going down, you'll see, oh, this beautiful big feathery asparagus. This was planted about a month or two earlier, so that's looking good. All the way down. Asparagus. Woof, looks good. And as we come over here, we've got cardinal basil. This is absolutely my favorite of all basils. Not only does it make these gorgeous blooms that smell fantastic, but its leaf is absolutely delicious. And it's what I tend to use in my tomato basil soup, my award-winning tomato basil soup. I made that award myself, so don't think much of it. If you wanted to be a little fairy, do some cottagecore stuff, you can put these in your hair and run around the farm. They make perfect crowns. Looks good. Cardinal basil doesn't mind the cold at all. It's happy as can be. So this is a permaculture farm, so don't be surprised as you look the video, you'll see some, oh, there's Mishka, she's gonna join us. See some different stuff growing in the alleyways, like for instance, there we got my least favorite of all the herbs, cilantro, cardinal basil next to the asparagus. I cannot stand cilantro. I've got that gene that makes it taste like a dirty foot to me. But the market loves it, so I always try and grow a little bit of it when I can. There's a big one about to bolt. Here's lemon basil, another good basil. Tastes like lemons. We put that in our teas, and you'll also see it in my lollipops if you ever have a chance to try one of my lollipops. There's cardinal, and right next to it, Italian basil. Italian basil doesn't really like the cold. Unlike the cardinal that's all perky, this guy's like, no, thank you. Get me out of here. So we'll have to cut him, dehydrate, and he'll also go into the award-winning tomato basil soup. Gave myself that award. And these are garlic chives. True to their name, they taste just like garlic. I really like these chives because they stand upright, so they're really easy to harvest, unlike other chives that tend to lay down. Got a little stowaway in the back fence here. Here's a dill, a cilantro, and a cardinal all growing together. That dill looks like it might be the start of a, you can see it might be the start of something. I might have to pull that guy out. Looks like. Over here we've got Gonfrenia. Also goes into our teas. These are wonderful, beautiful flowers, great for bouquets, but if you get them in a tea, you don't really want to eat them because the texture is really tough. But if you get them in a tea, they will help with any stomach ailments. So that's white or soft pink, magenta. This little guy coming up, I don't know if anybody sees him. You see him right there? That's known as a toothache plant. And true to its name, you would chew on that guy if you have a toothache, and it'll make your tooth go numb for about 10-12 minutes. Everybody recognizes this guy. This is Cuban oregano. So he's at the start of the greenhouse towards the south side, and he's getting a lot of the wind and the brunt of the weather. And because of that, his little leaves are curling. You can see. Normally it's flat. And come on over. We got lemon basil. There we go. Again, doesn't like this cold, so it went to flower. It's going to be seeding soon. We've got, this is an ornamental, even though it looks like lemongrass, that's not it. Pineapple. South Texas love pineapple. Moringa trees. Tree of life there. It's going dormant. You can see the leaves are changing. Some salad. Lettuce mix. Everybody loves the salad bowls. French sorrel, another lemony flavor leaf. Perfect in a salad mix. Come on over and we can see limon. It's another one I grow for the bouquets, but if you ever have a chance to try the leaf, it's delicious. It's very tender, watery, almost like iceberg. Great taste. And there's its beautiful blooms. This guy right here, you're going to see him jump around a lot. This is Mediterranean celery. It tends to be a happy plant that wants to regrow all throughout the greenhouse. So get ready. You might see it a lot in the video. If you ever have a chance to try this guy, it will knock your socks off if you drink it as like a shot of juice. Whew, it's intense. Unlike the American cousin of celery, we don't actually eat the stems of the celery. You just eat the leaves. Absolutely great in potato salads. You can even do it in peanut butter sandwiches, any kind of soups, broths. Wonderful. More sorrel, more limon. This is rainbow chard trying to come up, do its best. Having some trouble. I think on the ground cover, I think I missed it back here. Let me just show you real quick. But again, a lot of times, you know, some weeds I'll pull, but some stuff we'll leave just so we can have it. And if you ever have a chance to eat some of this, even though it's winter time, so it's not looking too good. This stuff right here, this is purslane. And the roots of it can, if you boil it in water or a tea, it's like an energy drink. And if you eat it, cooking the stem and the leaves, it's similar to the taste of asparagus, so real good. All right, let's go back. I've got over on this side another Mediterranean celery, elephant ears, some donkeys, more lettuce. This is a fig. I don't know if that's Little Miss Figgy. Lettuce, some more chard. Doing its best, trying. It sure is trying. And dandelion, perfect for detoxing. Very bitter. So a lot of times, most people did not grow up on a bitter rich diet, so this tends to be a little bit harsh for people, but absolutely a wonderful plant. When we jump back over here, our lettuce is doing real good. This is your Dracaena palm. Gorgeous big mama. I love that thing. I want it to go in my new house. It needs to be replanted all the way up. And if you look right next to it is this massive giant brown turkey. So she's our mother plant. She actually shouldn't be in here. We're going to move her out in spring because she's in the greenhouse. Even though the weather is cold, she doesn't want to go dormant. You can see she's just happy as can be living in the greenhouse. She actually rooted into the middle, so it's going to take a minute to get her out. Be gentle. So did the Dracaena. Both of them. Bad plants. Lettuce. More Cuban oregano. Now I did have catnip intermixed with it, but Can't see any, so it's probably fallen back, died back from the weather. And then on top of the table is Cody's collection. We've got some Hoyas, a desert rose, and there's a dragon aloe over there, pony palm. I'll take a video of it from the other side. Some variegated ivy. A lot of these won't ever make it to market. He wants to collect some of these, or their mother plants, so they're not for sale. A massive monstera. Oof, doesn't really like that cold weather right now, that's for sure. I'm not sure what these guys are. I doubt they're edible. They look like an ornamental. Come on over. You can see pepperoni. Some of our good girlfriends that used to visit us at the Southside Market gave us that one. This guy right here, I thought that this guy was the lily of the Nile, but it's not. Cody said it's an airplane plant, similar to a spider plant. Does the same thing as a spider plant, where it sends out these long shoots and then plants itself where it can. It's trying to do it right in the lettuce. Yeah, a variegated Cuban oregano and regular next to each other. Let me tell you, regular grows a lot better than variegated. Let's see. Oof. Over on this side, coleus. Those are your rose bushes. We use those in teas as well. And this guy is either holy basil or num num basil. And it's dying back, ready to be seeded. Let's see if I can try it. That's num num. You can tell from the flavor. It's got an oregano flavor. There is that celery again. See, this is the bed it grows in, way back there against the wall, all the way down. And then it likes to jump from this aisle to that aisle, all over the place. And it looks like mulberry cuttings. Pakistan mulberry. There's Cody's bonsai he's been working on for a while. Some more Mediterranean celery. All right, down here, you're gonna see a little bit of this guy. We don't ever plant him here. He grows back every year. That's Malabar spinach. And if you look over here, he managed to start climbing. And it climbed all the way up to the rafters. We had to cut it back. I do put him in like a cold winter salad mix, or you can also bread and fry the leaves. It's really good. Another monstera. Oh, we almost missed this guy. So we got a really unhappy Thanksgiving cactus. Might need to go inside. Succulent. There was a raven zizi. A variegated jade over there. This down here, right there, you can kind of see the stick. It's gone dormant. That is an elderberry. And you don't usually see them this far south, but in the greenhouse, it's happy as can be, growing and giving us elderberries. You can see some died off. Oh no, that's not elderberry. This guy, that's a white eggplant. He was actually from last year's harvest. We have two of them. There's one there over here. And it regrew. And it looks like it's got a little egg there, ready to be harvested. What do we got up here? This is collards, black leaf kale, Brussels sprouts. I have no idea of the name. That's going to be another Cody answer. And right there, there's Nadia's. Anybody familiar with Nadia, that's eggplant, and they are not looking good. Not happy. There it is. Now there's the lily of the Nile I was talking about earlier. Where I grew up in California, we had these in our front yard, and I absolutely loved them. Succulents. These are all propagation succulents. Another lily. This big fiddle leaf. Oh, now there's some of the figs from the Big Mama. These are all brown turkeys. We actually call these Little Debbies, lovingly. Little Debbies. Some more Cuban. Just wants to get everywhere. There's a spider plant tucked back in there. You can see it. Let's go to the other side. Eggplant. Chili patine. That's what everybody's after. Chili patine all the time. Let's go up on the table. Uh-oh. Just kidding. Those are bulbs. They're supposed to die back. An angel wing. Not looking too happy. Spider plants. Succulents. Oh, those are all the propagated figs. We actually have about 25 different species of figs. But our main one is the brown turkey. It really grows well here. Donkey ears. Some more pretty succulents. Here's your plumeria. More plumeria. Oh, I see those guys. These are gorgeous. I wish you could really, I hope the color comes through. Those are dragon aloe. I hope I got that one right. They're, again, all Cody's collection. My stuff is usually the Hoyas. There's pines. This one, that might be a holy basil. Some kale, dying out kale. Over in the corner, got some more elephant ears, bamboo. That's gonna go bordering, so it's just staying in here until we can plant it against a border. What's we got? The fennel, a little bit grown in. And then some leftover ones. The ones that we leave left over, a lot of times we do that because we want to feed the bees. None of our hives are given sugar water during the winter, so it's important to have flowers for them all the time so they can eat. This is a castor bean. If you want to be a homesteader, you can get oil from its bean. It's poisonous to animals. More lettuce. This is spearmint. So, spearmint is so delicious, and unlike its relative hybrid, peppermint, which almost has a peppery flavor, that's why it's named peppermint, spearmint is sweeter, and instead of being a main flavor in a dish, it actually adds value to a dish, so it adds flavor. I used this in that sweet potato casserole, some spearmint, and it was fantastic. There's a dill, and see, this is what I thought I saw earlier on that other dill. See that? That's mildew. That's got to go. So you can either treat that or pull it. Since it's already established itself, I'm not going to treat it, especially since it's near my lettuce. I'm just going to pull it. It's got to go. Oh, I don't want to come out. And we could leave the roots in there. That's just going to feed the plant. This guy go. Off you go. There's the lemon basil ready to seed. Some more bamboo. This all has to go into the teas. All this basil. All into the medicinal teas. Everything's got to get dehydrated and harvested. Everything's going dormant. Those make the mulberry, the little sweet mulberries. Is it mulberry? Did I? Some more basil. And the other side of some of those figs, look at, there's another lettuce or celery. Again, all over. Here's another shot of the lettuce on this side going all the way down. And we just harvested the lemongrass for the tea, so that's all done for the season. We're about to walk past that. There's some more sorrel. That's mature rainbow Swiss chard, Cody's favorite Swiss chard. I never really ate a lot of it until I started growing it, and it is very good, especially on frozen pizza. If you want to have a quick meal of it. Here again is the Malabar spinach, and you can see why it's so easy for this thing to regrow. I mean, the amount of seeds. Oh, my cat just jumped on me. The amount of seeds on this thing is incredible. Too bad you can't eat it, Mishka. There's that lemongrass I was talking about. All the way. Monstera. Donkey ears. This is a Queen Hoya. Right next to the Princess Hoya. Or I have those backwards. Look at the pretty bloom. Another, oh man, the size of this monstera leaf is unbelievable. Look at this. Wow. That's amazing. This came from Rachel's, another grower down the road. We put this guy outside and it was not happy. Donkey tail. I have to do something with that. Over here, this is butterfly pea. Yeah, everybody likes butterfly pea in their tea because it makes beautiful colors of blue, and if you add lemon juice it turns to pink or magenta. And we did not harvest the flowers, obviously, because we are waiting for the seeds. You can see right here. There it is. Remember, every time you allow your plant to grow and go to seed, it becomes more acclimated to the environment and weather, grows better. So there's a parsley. Another celery. That's all lemon basil going to seed. So we'll use all that for the next year's crop. This is pothos. Looking really good. Happy as can be. Another Hoya. This is Raven ZZs. Oh, I can hear it's raining. Cody has some, I have no idea the name of this. Look at that weird guy right there. Died back. It's gone dormant, but it'll pop back up next spring. So weird. I'll have to ask him the name. He'll tell me the scientific name, and of course I won't remember it. He should just give me like a simple name. That's potato plant. Something like that. Collards. Got spinach coming up, more sorrel coming up. Gonna get it on the other side of the fig, and there's the Pakistan mulberry over there, and that thing had to be cut back because it was trying to get to the top of the greenhouse. We're kind of getting to the point where if it doesn't make babies or you can't propagate it, we don't really want it. That's old dill It's growing on top of it. This is why landscape fabric doesn't work, people, because the dirt eventually piles on top of the fabric, seeds get on it and weeds get on it, and they just grow on top. Red Russian kale, one of the softest, most tender kale. You don't have to cook this kale, you can eat it raw, put it right into a salad. This is an organic farm, so you'll see little holes once in a while. We don't use any chemical pesticides or herbicides. All natural. Some more cuttings. Little Miss Figgy. More of the celery. There is flowering fennel for the bees. In between the red Russian kale, you've got arugula, red Russian. There's rainbow Swiss chard. Looking beautiful. Arugula. Red Russian. Oh, and that's a mustard. It is the best tasting mustard plant I've probably ever had. I really enjoy it. I give it to Grow Local. I don't know if they were able to use it in their big dinner menu that they do every year. Farm to table. There's some more Cuban oregano, ornamental. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, greenhouse number 1. Looking good. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.